Your brain is an amazingly powerful tool, and it consists of the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Let's talk a little bit about the subconscious mind and how that works, and how it can be useful to you, what it does, and how you can use it to serve the interests in your life. The subconscious mind is really considered to be the powerhouse of your brain. I mean, it's been compared to the brain to an iceberg, where the conscious mind is the tip that sticks out of the water, and the subconscious is the bulk that lies hidden beneath the surface, which is an interesting metaphor, but gives you a good idea of the relative size and scope of the human mind, and in particular, the volume that's handled at a subconscious level. It's not something that you're necessarily aware of. For instance, it's your subconscious that manages breathing without you having to concentrate on breathing, which is in and of itself remarkable. If you've ever tried to control your breathing, like consciously breathe in and breathe out for an extended period of time, and then in fact do that in manual mode as opposed to automatic, and function. It's like, breathe in. Okay, I need to go to work today. Breathe out. What do I need to bring with me? Okay, well, I got to get dressed and brush my teeth. Breathe in. Okay, brushing teeth. Oh, I need to get stuff in my briefcase and pack my computer. Breathe out. It would occupy, and this is why it's considered to be the powerhouse. I mean, just controlling your breathing, controlling your heart, controlling, the flow of blood throughout your body. If you run and you're hot, it causes you to sweat. If a lion were to jump out, from behind the Starbucks counter, it would pump some adrenaline and you would hightail out of Starbucks. I mean, our bodies function without manual control. Our subconscious will just kind of keep the whole body running, which is pretty valuable. The subconscious also seems to have a lot to do with feelings and cravings and desires and wants without a lot of thought. My second career was in real estate and helping people buy a house. And there's something about a house I've found that, while there's a lot of conscious thought going on, there's a lot of feeling going on. I mean, people can make a list of what they want, and that's the critical mind deciding, all right, we're going to definitely got to have 3 bedrooms, probably like 4, 2 baths we can survive with, but we prefer 3. Okay, that's conscious thinking. You're making a plan. It's the subconscious that when you walk into a house that you like, just goes, ooh, oh yeah. It's just, you go into the backyard and you're just like, I like this. This is nice. And you've had that experience. We've all had that experience in one form or another. And I have found, actually, a lot of all those conscious thoughts about what people want and need get thrown out when the subconscious is, getting satisfied. Because if you walk into a house and you just love it, there's something that feels good. It feels like home in whatever it is you have decided feels like home. It's a good feeling, and you can want that. And this is a subconscious thing. And this probably applies to a lot of things. The subconscious drives a lot of who we are. And we think we're all rational beings, but we're not. We want largely what we want. And much of that doesn't really take a whole lot of thought, and that comes from the subconscious. Habits are another part of the subconscious. If you've ever driven, say, to work, or you're coming home, and you find yourself home, and you don't really remember the drive. You're thinking about things, and you're kind of problem solving, and the conscious brain was working away, and you find yourself with the drive over or nearly over, and you don't remember all that you did. I mean, you didn't black out. You just know the way home. The subconscious is good at developing habits. When something is a habit, it's essentially become a program or an app in your subconscious. You just can pull up that app, going to the gym. And I've gone through periods of my life where that's just what I do. And it was easy and fun, and I knew where it was, and there wasn't anything, everything I needed was in the gym bag. And it was all reduced to this simple, I won't say effortless, but low effort, because it was made into a habit. Driving home from work, that's a habit. There are things that your subconscious just knows to do, and it really isn't a labor at all. So habits get stored in the subconscious mind. Now, the good news about this is you can create habits. You can create a program where you do this regular thing instead of it being a one-time thing, which can be a lot of work. That first time going to the gym, if you haven't been in a while, getting refamiliar with the machines and figuring out what weights you can do. I mean, that takes effort. But when it's part of a habit, it's, well, not effortless, it's a whole lot less effort. If you pick up a habit, one good habit every few months, your life is going to be different. If you can make going to the gym or finding some form of physical exercise that you like to do and make it a habit, whether that's playing golf or tennis or going to the gym or running, whatever you like, I suggest finding something you like and make that a habit where it becomes routine and takes less effort. You add one of those every few months, you're going to live a different life. Committing new behaviors into the subconscious and into the realm of habits is very powerful. And it's something that you have the capacity to do in your own mind. And that's by understanding the subconscious and taking away all the conscious effort that new things require. Big, and it's powerful, but it's an amalgamation of your life. It isn't necessarily right. For instance, smoking. When I was in college, for some reason, I picked up smoking. I thought it was fun and cool, and it's not a great habit, but it is a habit. And I liked smoking. I liked maybe 2 or 3 cigarettes a day. But the problem is I would smoke a pack because now I'm in the habit of doing it. And I didn't even have to think about it. I would just light up a cigarette. This is my subconscious working. And if I was stressed, I would just light up a cigarette. It took no effort to do that. That's the subconscious knowing, well, he likes cigarettes when he's stressed. Or if I'm having a cup of coffee in the morning, that's the subconscious running the smoking program. And it knew that made my life better by calming me or giving me something to do or whatever. The thing is, that's not a good habit. It's not good for me. See, the subconscious doesn't know right from wrong or good from bad. It's just trying to protect you with what it knows. It's also trying to make your life better and to keep you safe. And it does what it does. And you can recognize that it's not always serving you and change those behaviors. You can decide, I shouldn't smoke. And I quit smoking the day my first child was born, my daughter was born. And it was surprisingly easy. See, I'd quit dozens of times and, of course, started back up dozens of times, in the end, -1, because it's easy to quit and then later start up again. All right. That's, you give into that moment of weakness, and habits capitalize on that. And the subconscious takes you in and knows you like a cigarette. But you can decide, what? There's something bigger or more important. The conscious mind makes that decision. All right, now I'm a parent. I don't want my kids growing up without a father. And I kind of know that's a risk. And it was okay when it was just me, but I kind of feel like I can't do that now. And I made that choice. And once you really decide something, it's surprising how easy your life can change once you really decide. And my subconscious got the message. I haven't smoked since. I have no interest. Of course, ex-smokers are they're the worst. And whether you white knuckle it or, you somehow convey that information to the subconscious to change habits. The idea of things like self-hypnosis, meditation, affirmations, you can communicate with your subconscious to put it to work for you by building good habits and by breaking bad habits. I think the first part of that, if you really want to understand the self-conscious and get it to understand your conscious thoughts and choices and priorities, is one, an awareness of it by knowing I don't want to smoke. I want to pick up a sport. I want to do well in a relationship and make the most of it. By being very clear about that and being clear about that in a repetitive way. I think this is what affirmations are. But I believe affirmations can be about what you want, and it's just simply reminding yourself about what you want. If you want to be healthy and you make this conscious effort to think about health, and when you're about to do something unhealthy, think about what you're doing and why you don't want that anymore. And over time, this becomes part of you, and that can change those instinctive wants. I don't want to smoke. I used to like it. I don't want to. And I believe you can control all of that. If you think about the power that your mind has to deliver the life that you want, the ability to create habits, the ability to end habits that don't serve you, your brain is a remarkably powerful tool. And by learning to work with the subconscious mind and the immense power that you have in wanting and doing the things without really having to think about it, is remarkable. If you could take what you want, the disciplines, make a list of the habits you wish you just did and they weren't so hard, and incorporate them into your life and put the power of that to work for you, to serve your interests and priorities throughout the course of your life.